So if you saw the title and the thumbnail of this video and you click on it, then that simply means one thing. You and I are interested in a pair of headphones that deliver uncompromising audio quality, and most of the stuff that come with most of these other headphones these days are either nice to have or they're just pure gimmick. I am going to be upfront though, let you know that this one is pretty spendy at about $350 at the time of shooting this video, which is a slight discount from the original price at launch. And at that price, it is missing out on a few of the creature comforts that you have come to know and love from most of the other popular headphones. That could make it a deal maker or a deal breaker for some. But I am gonna go through most of those inside this video and talk about them. So you can definitely stick around to the end of this video so you can tell me down in the comment section which one of those make it a deal maker or a deal breaker for you personally. Now, I think Edifier has been in the audio game long enough that I'm fairly certain most audio lovers know exactly who they are, or they have used or seen one of their earbuds or headphones before, or maybe one of their speakers, desktop speakers or Bluetooth speakers. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this one right here, this is a different kind of beast. I'm not sure about you, but I really like what Edifier has done here. They took what they've learned after they acquired STAX Audio Limited, and they've created what they now call a STAX Spirit S3, which is essentially a sub-brand within their brand, but it is a different kind of animal. By the way, just in case you have no clue or any idea who or what STAX Audio is, here's a quick synopsis. They were a legendary audio brand that was founded back in the 1930s, and about 2 decades after the initial conception, they've pioneered and definitely developed the first ever electrostatic headphone. You heard me correctly, electrostatic headphone, which is the SR1, which they eventually start calling hair speakers. So if you ever heard that term before, hair speakers, that's where it comes from. This essentially lit a spark for hi-fi, high-res headphones that has now set the world ablaze and have people like you and I craving for more of these hi-fi, high-res listening devices so we can enjoy some really good music. Fascinating company, really interesting story. But Edifier took some of that DNA and philosophy, shrunk it down and pack it inside of this lightweight, compact form factor. Now, the question is, how does it stack up? And did they actually, kind of capture the essence of the STAX as far as audio quality and performance goes? In my humble opinion, yeah, I think they did. So the build quality and materials are pretty good. I mean, it's made with mostly plastic and it's lightweight at only 329 grams, which is way lighter than the AirPods Max at 385 grams and the Focal Baptiste, which is about 350 grams. But the lambskin leather earpads, along with the crown cushion and the faux carbon fiber finish with that gold accent, is a really nice touch, looking super premium. It is definitely quality stuff. The touch and feel of the Sony XM5 and the Quiet Comfort Ultra, if you would want to compare anyone. The lambskin leather earpad memory foam is soft and plush, and the headband is adjustable with a gentle clamping force, and the pattern for the crown is also really soft and plushy and very supportive, so you can definitely wear these for longer listening sessions without feeling too fatigued. It also comes with a few extra things that supports longer listening sesh and different listening styles inside the box, but we're definitely going to talk more on those later. However, in fine style, they did keep the controls pretty simple. It's just one-sided control on the right ear cup, right down below on the right side on the ear cup right here, where your thumb would normally fall while you're putting it on your head, so you could just turn it on immediately. And whenever you're listening, you could just, so basically you get a power button and a volume rocker. Very easy to use, very tactile. So you can definitely know what you're doing. However, you already know that you can control some of the stuff like the volume, play, pause, and all that kind of stuff from your phone or definitely directly from the Edifier app. We're going to talk more on that later also. And it also has a few built-in microphones for higher quality calls with Qualcomm, aptX, voice call and answer built in. So definitely, you could definitely use it for making phone calls. I don't typically use these for making phone calls, but in a pinch, you get a call, you can talk to who you want to talk to and get right back to your listening. So here's what's interesting about these particular pair. Edifier took a steep detour from their usual dynamic drivers to something a little bit more remarkable with these newly designed planar magnetic drivers. They've created a brand new equal mass diaphragm using the Odyssey Fluxor magnetic structure with the Uniforce diaphragm that is an ultra thin, almost to a nanoscale, along with the phaser waveguide phase management system in order to reduce interference so that this thing can reproduce studio quality level sound with almost zero distortion. By the way, just in case you have no idea what any of that mumbo jumbo mean, just know that it simply means that they took some really cool, powerful magnets with a really thin cone to manipulate the air so that this thing can sound freaking incredible. So the sound quality, is it any good? And how does it stack up? Well, to be totally honest, it doesn't sound good. This thing is freaking bananas. I really love the sound and how this thing reproduces audio. And I think it's fair to say right now that this is one of the best best sounding pair of Bluetooth headphones that I've ever used. I take it a step even further and say that some of the other models that I mentioned earlier in the video, this sounds way better than them. And quite possibly by a sizable margin in a lot of the cases, if you should do an A/B test. But I know that sounds a little bit overhyped, and it's also a really hard pill to swallow, especially for a lot of big fans of the Sony XM5s, the AirPods Max, and the Bose QC Ultras of this world. So let's get into it. Let's quantify this thing in some really tangible way that can make it really understandable for a lot of people who are considering these. And those are the headphones that I'm talking about. So you can actually get it really simple how these can actually work for you. The sound reproduction is almost studio level, very visceral. It's almost like you are right there while the artist is performing and recording this. Plus, the detail retrieval and resolution is incredible. And I love how natural and realistic the tonal quality is, and I would give the mid-range a lot of presence and push the vocals forward with great instrumental separation and a lot of clarity and balance across all frequencies. But don't get it twisted, the bass extension is insanely rich, full and poised. Although it may lack some of that slam and impact you get with dynamic drivers, the bass delivery on this one for a planar magnetic headphone is really impressive. Now, I'm not sure what kind of voodoo trickery magic they're using for the DSP inside this thing, but as a collective working together, it is crazy and magical how phenomenal the audio reproduction is and how it just makes you want to smile just listening. You want to listen track after track because you're wondering, how is it doing this? And the speed and delivery of the transients in delivering so much rich detail and such an amazing audio experience. And I'm fairly certain that there's not too many other headphones that is available right now that you would consider after just one listening session with this one. Because while they may sound really good, exceptional, I'm fairly certain that they can't deliver this kind of audio experience. All right, now that our head is out of the cloud, let's talk about some things that you really need to consider before you think about buying this one. And the first thing on the list, this is really expensive at about $399, which is about 400 bucks, but you can definitely find it on discount right now on Amazon for about $350-ish at the time of doing this video. You can check the link down in the description. if you want to get more detail. And there's a bunch of headphones within that price category that you could definitely consider, such as the Sony XM5, the AirPods Max, the B&W PX7 and PX8, the Bose QC Ultra, and the 700s, or the Sennheiser Momentums, which are definitely good headphones. And to be quite frank, a lot of those headphones have way more bells and whistles that would probably justify even the much higher price than what this one actually costs. But on a real though, I have to be honest, I don't think any of those can actually deliver the audio experience that this one delivered. I'm just being real, I'm just saying. I don't think so. So there's no ANC or transparency mode built into this one, and the app EQ function is very limited. As a matter of fact, the app support for this particular headphone is basic AF. It is an all plastic build, but it still feels really good in the hand. I mean, just like any of those other premium headphones that is made from plastic, it feels just as good. Also, another thing is, you could definitely use it wired, but you definitely have to power it on every time you're using the aux cable to plug it into anything, your phone, your laptop, whatever it is. It has to be powered on. That is also another con that you have to consider. The bass doesn't have that sub-level performance like the dynamic driver headphones mentioned earlier, so you definitely have to consider that. And there is no built-in ear detection, so when you put it on or you take it off, it's not going to know it's on or off. So every time you take it off, you're just going to have to tap to pause on the headphone here or on your phone, so you don't lose your spot where you were listening to your song, or you don't burn the batteries out by just leaving it playing. And to be totally honest, none of those things are deal breakers for me personally. I'm just saying the good outweigh the bad, at least in my opinion. Plus, it is made with some really high quality materials. It feels premium in the hand. I mean, it is made with also some real lambskin leather that feels really nice on the skin. It is lightweight, comfortable, and compact. You can definitely pack it away inside the included case that comes inside the box. This is a really nice kit. It has magnificent sound quality and accurate detail retrieval with excellent dynamics and rich bass. It has an amazing sound stage and instrumental separation. Plus, it is really loud with zero distortion. It also has superb battery life. It could probably go 3.5 days on a single charge. Plus, it is fast charging capable. It has Bluetooth 5.2 with multi-point connection, so there's a lot of flexibility there, and it support a lot of codecs such as aptX, aptX HD, and also Snapdragon sound support, which is pretty interesting, and that is a totally different video by itself. The package also comes with 2 different ear pads, these leather ones, as well as some cool mesh. And you do know that those ear pads do have a slight sound profile difference whenever you're using them. And I do like the leather pads for the sound quality and the cool mesh for, you know, what it does. It keeps you comfortable, keeps you cool and comfortable. So whenever I'm in a long listening sesh, I'll swap those out to the cool mesh. And whenever I really want to get into the music and get that nice, that immersive sound quality, I definitely put on these lambskins. So tell me so far what you have heard. Tell me what you think. How does this one stack up? Does it meet, does it meet your expectations? It definitely exceeds my expectations as far as audio quality. And like I say, some of those other nice to have stuff such as noise canceling and ambient sound, I really don't miss those, because truthfully, whenever you put these on, they really put on, as you can see, just check this out. It's a really nice clamping force. It's really, on your ear, it's pretty good. And you got a really nice tight cabin that give you some, exclude a lot of the ambient sound. Of course, if someone talks, you can hear. But once you got the music going, you're in a totally different world. And as you can see, It's on pretty good and it's pretty comfortable with my glasses. So would you get one of these? I think this is the best sounding headphone on the market right now, bar none. This definitely murks everything else that you could ever call. Say a name and I'll tell you this won't murk it as far as audio quality. I know sound quality, audio performance, it's subjective, but what this delivers is definitely not subjective. It is very, very much tangible. You can hear it, you can feel it, and this thing delivers. If you want one for yourself, definitely check the link down in the description. And if you like videos like these, click my face to get subscribed. And if you want to see me compare this to something else, leave it down in the comment section. It's your boy. Big up yourself. Boom.